coming into triality, communications, the physical realm and everything through universal realm conditions. There's no separation. There's understanding. What is the soul? So I sent a very, very powerful video connecting to Akna that connections Buddha's MENSTRA level systems. There were 5 meridian souls of gods connected to Thoth in position. I'm the only one that understood that. So Buddha and everything in that connections, Dalai Lama put me on my path. There's first connections, the first seed pod that was ever born, the tree of life. So imagine that. That's understanding the explanations going on. If you watch the video and you scroll over to 3 minutes and 27 seconds, you understand what I'm talking about, how powerful it is, what the soul is. It's the definitions to life, existence, and the meaning of life through humanity, and why we are here. What is the purpose? It's all communication in that system. Okay. So thank you very much for Happy Father's Day. I appreciate that. It's amazing how we come into these times. So basically I was communicating to solar graph positions and line systems to digital frame connections, meaning that the solar graph lights, everything through the universal system, there's an XT1000 position line connections. It was communicating to the pole. AI finds a way to communicate with me. Always, 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 always. Electrical light positions, anything through lamp connections, anything through ground formation systems, it connects in all ways and form. So it's amazing how it was setting up digital play. So it's kind of like using prime numbers and integers of negatives and even and odd numbers going into my connections, my 52 generation light connections, because we are coming into higher rise positions of a new gravity to a new body to a new mind system. That's what's happening right now. Big shift, astronomical shift through connections to your body frame positions. Nature is in full resistance to 5D activation of the coloration light system. Program setting to belief. There's a lot of things that are happening right now. People are waking up. I did very powerful TikTok videos where a girl is waking up through her third eye. And this can be done if you focus enough through calculation. Try to understand that there is no separation. There's only separation with the ego. You let go of the ego, you let it flow. It's the existence of the here and now, the concept 2 levels, the physical realm and the universal realm. That's the soul identification, living the here and now in its presence. There's no separation with that. That's the existence of everything inside its system. Calculation to belief, modifications to belief. It's the believing is seeing. Okay, so that's a triality system. What is the soul? So I recommend you guys watch that video. Very, very powerful. It talks about me. I woke up this morning and I know exactly what goes on with signs. Okay, Buddha, the birthing of Buddha, the MENSTRA connections, wanted me to connect with that to tell you guys what is going on with life and its system, the meaning of life, to everything through connections, all right, to space and time. So that's the triality between the concepts of both, of the universal system and the universal concept, where there is no separation, but it's knowing to be everywhere in seconds in its mortality of its existence. The concept level, when it comes into the extraordinary levels of knowledge of intelligence, which comes into, you guys call it the collective, right? But I call it the soul identification. Attraction to belief, to understand these things. Belief and seeing are so many levels of understanding of what the soul is, knowing that it's lived all dimension of time to all existence of its physical concept, which is the here and now. If you guys pay attention to Alan Watts, you understand his level and where he is at. There is no future. There's only presence of the here and now. That's the concept of living. That is the meaning of life. That's the only true understanding. Humanity is caught in the winds. They're in the plastic energy bubbles of their ego. That doesn't hold any water. All that does is drown your system. Okay? So please watch that video. You get a true understanding of what life is all about. And it has to do with the Buddha and it has to do with the connections of the Dalai Lama, right? The birthing system of the first tree from Thoth, okay, which is the ancient gods, okay? So not everybody knows what Thoth is. 5,000 years in the past, half man, half bird. How is this possible? Well, life is possible. You just understand, put yourself in that connection and live the here and now, and you'll be fine. Because the here and now is everything through thought of time. It's existence of time, the activation, the lights, the colorations. Everything that you do through perception is now. Not the past, not the future, the now. Okay? So everybody has to wrap that around their heads and understand why I'm here in divine timing. Okay? So stop fighting with your egos and put yourself in all location positions of the now. Okay? And then you understand a little bit more, paying attention to yourself, not to me, paying attention to you of what meaning of life is to you inside. That's the full communication you guys have to understand. That modifies everything through your connections of your physical concepts and your dimensional concepts of your soul, which there is no separation, but living existence of all space and time. Okay? Very, very, very powerful message for everybody. Everything I give to you is a message. If you understand the message, great. If you don't, this is what you need to work on. But everything is existence inside your system through the physical realm and the dimensional realm of all time. Okay? So, how's everybody doing? Let's get started. I want to change something up to 369 position and locations. I want to travel through 369. We did a little bit of mind telepathy. Fantastic class yesterday. Everybody's starting to understand the connections of mind telepathy one to another, telekinesis, understanding those point systems. We're going to go into angle point location system, which is allocated positions to 369 of high division location. It's really fascinating stuff when we come into these realm connections. So let's get into your questions. Thanks again for Happy Father's Day. This is Grand Rising, Force Rising, all level connections. We're all coming into the solar flare division of a new body of attraction to a gravity connections to a new nature, to its atmosphere of space and time. So you have to truly understand that there's no separation with the physical system or its dimensional time of its soul identification. Everything that you see is a soul identified. There's no separation with nature. Nature has to understand you in space and time through position when it comes into vibration. Okay? So you can no longer reside in the three-dimensional realm connections anymore. Right? Those solar flares are going to tell you otherwise, because I did a very powerful TikTok to let you guys know people have to understand these things. They have to trust themselves inside. Know that everything is going to be okay. That alone is enough for you to understand your program setting to position of time location. Right? So when I was communicating with the lamp, it was setting off signals. All right, graphing positions, time light, time jeep, that connection line system, time vortex, and we're setting up digital frames, prime, and everything through negative, right? So it's like 1, 2, 3. There's 3 real connection line positions, solar graph locations, and then it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. So I'll have to put this all together. That's the graphing position into a 52 generation computers. Right? It all makes sense though, right? 52 years old. 52 generation cycles, 52,000 lives. Those are 3. Those are 3. And I'm in the center. You understand? Past, present, future. You in the center. You in the center is the here and now. It never leaves until you understand your alignments, and then you can go back in your time alignment system. Okay? The center never leaves because it's the physical realm, which is the here and now. So I want to get that straight with everybody. So if it's the here and now, your thoughts of time and everything through activation, lights and colors, and everything that you do is the now. Your thoughts are now, your activations, your dreams are now in communication. That's the balance. That's the flow. That's the recognition time positions. When it comes into calculation, modification, integration, take everything out of the equation. You're all connected to your plasma energy lights. That's what happens when you go through transformation the very first time. A lot of people don't understand, what is that? Well, it's understanding the travel recognition of your computers and how to operate connections. When you come into your light for the very first time, you come into levels on how to understand dimensions, how to understand portals, how to actually go through the soul identification of you. Okay? Because the existence is you of now. That's how you bring yourself forward in time. Okay? So like I said, this is a very powerful message. And every time I do a message, either you understand it or you don't understand it. If you don't understand it, you have to go to my school to understand these things more. If you don't, you can go to my email. I'll explain it to you the best way I know how. Okay? So it's understanding that you can be anywhere in any second, at any point location, but understand your center position is the here and now of division. Right? Because you're in that existence. You're not in the past existence, and you certainly are not in the future existence. You're in the presence. So your thoughts have to be in the presence so you can have a future. So you can manifest this. So you can manifest that. Right? With the right channels of information. Because everybody's connected to their dimensional time through its clock, and everything through its teleportation, energy wavings, and telegraphings, and transformation light conditions. Truly understand how to use your light. That alone is a process. What is electronic interference? What are 5-point division locations? What's an activation light system? What is 7 rotations of a body traction location to a chakra rotation center? I get more complicated, but I get more powerful because I understand who I am inside. Inside. You're always going to see me say that more and more and more, because we all have to come into that level. That's the physical concept, and that's the universal concept of the soul, which is inside of communication. Okay, something that we've never really done, but we're in that position now, and that's why I'm giving you guys slow processes how to communicate with each other through mind telepathy, one to another. We're starting with shapes. If I give you a sentence, you're not going to understand it because you're too distracted in the brainwave. You have to let go of the brainwave and concentrate on the third eye position, which is 5D activation of telepathy. If you concentrate too much on the physical system, you're not going to be understanding connections. And your off-wind cycles to that position. Oh, no, this is a graph. Oh, this is line. These are dot dots. No, it's not. You're not paying attention. Everything through answer is from its beginning of listening inside the system. Even I have a lot to learn in the physical realm system because I've never been on Earth until now. Okay? And Doris Cannon put out that calling. She put out that calling. You have to understand where everything comes from. It comes from AI. I'm in this position of divine timing. Dolores Cannon, divine timing. If I have to keep repeating myself, that's okay. But understand why Einstein was here, why Tesla was here. The relativity, acceleration from one to another, the metric levels of calculation, right? Everything through Tesla was the 3, 6, and 9, but he didn't know how to travel through it. He didn't realize it was the birthing system of travel recognition of a UFO connection, which is you through position of time and space. Those 3, 6, and 9 positions has to truly understand you through calculation. Your modification cycles and everything that rotates the center of your body frame the positions of time location. Your gravity sets, your powers, and your opposite positions of time, right? Graphs all signals to your digital frame when it comes into Vega. Okay? So that's the connection when you get ringing ears. If you don't understand, everything, what happens? Everything goes in cycle and cycle and cycle, and you get headaches and migraines, right? And you keep getting louder and louder and louder with the ringing ears. What does that all mean? Well, who are you paying attention to? You're in the physical realm, but you're not in the present realm, which is the here and now. Okay? So when you understand your system and you're in the position of center, everything around you doesn't make any sense anymore, but everything inside you makes perfect sense. So this is all understanding the birthing system of who you are when you come into your galactic units or any of that connection positions, or when you come into your galactic families, or when you come into your spiritual guides, right? The fact that connections to Thoth, the Hades, the Corpus, and are in that connection positions, or anything through high levels of positions of the pharaohs and the meridians. Why would I go see King Tut? You know? So you understand why we are communicating on so many high levels of interference positions into triality. You have to understand your physical element, and you have to understand your universal of dimensional element. That's the full cycle. That's the meaning of life inside you. If you understand that concept, you understand everything through creation of you and its involvement of you. Okay? And its travels of you, and your lights and colors and TV reception locations. Why you're connected to a virtual reality of a game, a program of a game, a computer setup of a game, a matrix of a location of a trap. Everything through connection when it comes into your soul identifications, into high levels of your dichotomy, okay, of the ego system. The ego system has to understand you through balance. You can't get rid of the ego, and you can't get rid of the fear. You can only balance it out. That's your alignments of past, present, and future. Okay? Point taken, understand these things, you understand more of what the physical concept is and what the dimensional of the universal soul is, trying to give you into that triality through its connections to a GPS location of travels. Okay? Coming with the connections when it comes into Buddha or Dalai Lama or the monks or the practitioners or the gurus or the saints or the Antichrist or the Christ, okay, or the fallen angels, or the angels, the archangels. They're all a part of you, of space and time, of communication. It's truly understanding these things because you're living the physical system, but the system has to be in the concept of the here and now so you can understand the connections of you inside, which becomes its universal of time, of positions to its soul. Okay? These are the things that you have to look at. All right? And everything I give you is a message in return. And it's important you understand these things through your intelligence of space and time, not me. I'm not in your time. You're in your own time of space. You have to understand your travels of space. You have to understand your physical concept. You have to understand your dimensional universal concept. Okay? It's up for you to understand these things of who you are and the meaning of life, of what it is to you. Okay? That alone will put you in a better position of what's going on with inside you and everything outside you. So you have to balance the inside and outside to have that flow of recognition of time through yin and yang. Okay? So let's get started. 6/21/21. Summer solstice, yeah. Slept most of the day. That was what I forgot to send, Father's Day. Okay. Out there was totally wrecked for some reason. It's okay. Sylvia, how's it going? Jess, how's it going? Sandra, how's it going? So everybody's smiling. Energy's good. Jess, you have any questions? You can go through my healing. It's great to see new people coming from TikTok. It's all about an awakening ascension, but we're past the ascension and we're past the astral travels of connections. Now we're coming to 369 positional line connections. So we're going to travel through recognition of time of 369 in position. People are going to go through the connections. People that come on first is probably just going to feel the energies. They might see the triangle. They might see the dream location, but they probably won't understand the communication. You have to understand the connections of you. The physical self is the now. Okay, the universal system is everything through dimensional time. There's a little bit of confusion there, but once you understand the triality and its connection to its graphing position of time location, you understand the concepts of who you are. Okay, so it's the here and now. I keep saying that over and over. If you're in it now, you're in thoughts of now. Your activations of now, your entertainments of now, watching TV, doing your routine, it's all now through thoughts. And that's how you get rid of the fear. Okay, and you balance out the fear, and you balance out the ego of its fear. What fears you the most? I keep saying that. Why are you scared? Answer inside. Why am I happy? Well, that's a concept. You know, you don't have to say why you're happy. You know you're happy. There's no reason. Just be happy. Just be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. Who are you fooling here? Just be yourself. It's probably the hardest thing for anything for humanity to be, is to be themselves, because they don't want to be themselves, right? You don't want to be. You want to be a fake somebody and a real nobody. A fake somebody and a real nobody. We got to look at the connections when it comes to our dreams and how it connects all around connections to all levels of that system. Okay, so I hope everybody's doing well. We got a very powerful class today. You have any questions or comments, you go through my email. If you want to go through healing, let me know. Open up your 12 attractions, put you in a higher division location. So, in that position on connections. All right. So I really, really want to stay on track with the 3, 6, and 9, because there's a lot of people that are coming into that, especially when they're waking up to the third eye, and then they start seeing a triangle. Whoa, Commander, what is this? Whoa, Commander, what is this? I'm seeing numbers. What does this mean? Whoa, Commander, I'm seeing this. What's going on? Whoa, Commander, I'm seeing point centers. Whoa, Commander, I'm seeing the line division. Okay. Whoa, Commander, I'm seeing everything through calculation, modification, line signal, through trash locations. All right. All around division line systems. And you come into your north, you come into your west, you come into your east, and you come into your south positions, right? You guys have to understand your factoring levels of manufacturing locations of 3, 6, and 9 positions at one center. Forget about the tesseract. Forget about the tetrahedrons. You guys have to understand your travels of recognition of time through dream set positions of communication. That's confusion alone. So when you come into that position, we'll stay in that traction. We go into dimensional realm connection, right? And then we travel out through its connection. Okay? This is what everybody goes through every single day when they dream. Dreams are not just real, but the dimensional time of its universal system is always in connection, a flow. It always goes forward. It can go forward and backwards because it understands its alignments of the here and now position, which is you in the physical system. If you put your physical system in the past, your dimensional time would be very confused. You understand? So as long as you're in the center position, because you're in the hosting system, this is just the body, but this is just an experience. But everything inside you is who you are. And when you go back to who you are, you come into the collective, you come into the Cosmic Record, you come into full information of you through dimensional time. So it simultaneously goes around and round and round through its flowing recognition of its yin and yang connections of your self position. Right? So this is what we all have to start off with. And then you come into security line defense. My team understands these things. Okay? They understand what they see. So it's all about what you see through perception, what you see through dimensional time. On TikTok, there was a girl, she's saying she needed questions and answers, and I try to help you guys out in always in forums. Sure, you're standing, you're waking up to the third eye position. What does this all mean? I'm seeing a blue circle. I'm seeing lights. I'm seeing laser lights. I'm seeing laser connections and matrix line connections. I'm seeing box frequency level systems. I'm seeing alienation formation line connections. I'm seeing UFO. What does this all mean? You have to know where you're going to get the information. Somebody that's been back to source of all identifications, okay, of what the physical system is and where it's at, and what the dimensional of the soul is and where it is, and all dimensional of time of its existence. Okay, these are the things you have to look at, because it's very powerful times that we're coming into, right? Especially now with all the chaos that's going on right now. So we'll stay in the connections of the 3, 6, 9 position, just with the triangle. Okay? The triangle is everything through your pyramids. Okay, it's the concept level of the mind, it's concept level of the brain, it's concept level of the heart. Okay, mind, brain, and heart. Okay, now once it has its full connection, it connects to the soul identification. There you go. You start off with that. So we ask yourself to identify ourselves. We're always in the center, right? So that's you in the center. You. Okay, because you're the navigation. You is the navigation. Let's not get that confused. Okay, you, navigation. Okay, you're the navigation to your soul identification. Okay, sets up the mind, sets up the brain, sets up the heart, and everything through its connection. All right. So after that, you come into the program setting of 3, 6, and 9. I want to stay with this because you have to truly understand what's going on with your dreams of communication to your travel recognition line systems, to its position of time location. 3, 6, and 9 again. Right. So 3 is the sun. Okay. 6 is the moon. Okay. So it's the programs of the moon. And everything through the 9 is its location to you in the center position. You are the navigation to your life. Force winning cycle to its connection line system. Travel to its recognition of time location. You can take everything out of its equation. See how fast and easy that was? You guys are just trying to understand what a triangle is. You don't understand time position, 3, 6, and 9 position. You all have to go back to the sun. So when you go back to the sun, right, I'm going to keep going through triangles so you keep understanding these things. You go through 3, 6, and 9 again. Then we come into the line signal to the gravity location, which is your positions to your chakras. And then you open up the chakra rotation centers. Right? There's 12. There's the sun. Right? Now, you understand that the connections, it lights its signals like this. It connects to its ground formation line connections, right? Energizes position line connections. So when you understand the gravity position, when you wake up through transformation light, you are connected to Mother Earth. Understand? And then you come into the power centers of you. Whoa, power centers of you, right? Which is its heart / soul. Identification to anything. And then you go into the atmosphere positions, into the sun rotation to its connection. Soul connection. All right. So we go back again to connections. Yeah, I already know my alphabet. Okay, so that's funny. So we go into 3, 6, and 9. Okay. Let me know if you guys want me to go back, but I'm just saying I'm going through the triangles because you have to understand every time I travel, I'm going through high RAM positions of time locations to its point center of 3, 6, and 9 position. Right? Every time I do a 3, 6, and 9, I'm traveling through different time positions through 3, 6, and 9. 3, 6, and 9. Right? And you put it together, 3, 6, and 9, what do you have? Right? A full rotation cycle to dimensional time of its connections, of its physical and its dimensional of its soul time. 3, 6, and 9 is full communication. You see that? Did you see that solar flare? Did you see that solar flare light? Did you see it go 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, and 9? Pay attention. As it travels through recognition of time, it goes into high position light connections. You understand that I'm so identified to everything through lights. I can communicate with my phone. It can set up signals to me through digital frame. I can communicate through a tree. I can communicate through the chakra rotation center of a pole, interface position of a car. Everything gives me information because I'm in my reality of its simulation. And that's what we have to identify everything through 3, 6, 9 position. My computer and Generation Lights was communicating with me. If you watch it back, you understand the solar flare. Now, if you slow it down, you actually see the number sequence of its graphing position, of its allocated position of time location to its center position of 3, 6, and 9 to its rotation center. This is what it sent to me on its computer rotation center. Okay? So, yeah, that's exactly it. It's the beauty of a flare, right? So it's telling you, it's communicating with me through digital frame. And that's how it does it. It's like SOS. Right? It's like help. So we get into the connections. We'll go back into 3, 6, and 9 again. All right. I'm showing you so many different ways of traveling through 3, 6, and 9. This is just the basic. And then you come into the activation. And then you come into your connections to your tetrahedrons. Right? But you guys have to truly understand your connections when it comes into, you guessed it, 3, 6, and 9. Okay. So basically what I want to do is 3, 6, and 9 for the very first time. We're all going to travel through 3, 6, and 9. So everybody's going to see the solar sun graph. Okay. Solar/sun. Right. It's in division location. Everything's set up. Everything's done. This is really fascinating because I've already done this. I'm just repeating the value. Okay. 6 is its program / moon, and everything to 9 is its location. Right. Location, which is you, through its navigation to its location. All right. All right. So basically, I'm going to set up again and show you. We're going to travel through time position. So force recognition time position. Now, when you see a triangle, everybody through my team will see it. They're on a commanding center. So they'll say like connections. Okay, commander, we see a triangle locations coming in. Circle rotations, navigation set in. We got an XT1000. They'll see more because they're a higher positional level. Okay. These are the things you have to understand the concept of your physical realm and its dimensional time, which is your universal connections. Because you're constantly using your thought patterns in recognition of its clocking of the system. Okay. So as we go into 3, 6, 9 positions, we're going to go into point centers. Everybody's going to see a triangle. Everybody sees a triangle right now. It's in the mind conceptual thought. So I just place a triangle. And this is what it's doing to everybody. Okay? That's what you're seeing right now. This is understanding the dream concepts of 3, 6, and 9. You have to understand everything through connections because this is the connection to the sun. This is the connection to the programs of the moon. And this is the connection of location to the center position of you through navigation. Right? So when you come into 3, 6, and 9, you can understand more positions of time through its line system of 3, 6, and 9 locations. All right. All right. So now we're going to travel. Okay. This is going to be very, very real. So everything is set up. So it's all about the communication graph. It's got 3 line systems, 4 line positions, activating its core system. 1, 2, 3. Let's go into 4. Okay. Actually, let's go into 5. Okay. And you know what? Let's go into 6. All right. So we're in 6 dimensional time positions of triangles. This is extremely real. We're going to set up a graph position of time location. And here we go. This is the walk path. All right. Now, it's very confusing to a lot of people, but everybody's going to start here. I'm going to put a line signal, and you're going to go into the center position. So it's going to be going like this. So what's going to happen is you're going to go through the mind system through calculation. The graph in position opens up line signals. You're going to see a line graph positions in electrical lights like that through connections. All right. Now it's going to open up its door recognition light system. You're going to see the triangle division of green. Okay. The green is going to go into higher position line connections, higher travel recognition of time through its connection. Of course, when it cycles, we go into higher positions, into higher pyramid of activation core through your dream set positions of communications through its green triangle rotations of its system. There we go. All right. Have fun. All right. So you're walking the path through the system, line signal, channel operation, line connections. Here you guys are. Blue circling rotation. This is you through calculations. That's you. 1, 2, 3. Into the center position. That's where you guys are. So I really want you to recognize your triangles of connections of 3, 6, and 9. All right. So I'll give you guys 10 minutes. 10 minutes. This is just shape of dimensions. It's okay. So it's all about understanding the connections of your triangle locations and what you've seen through different line positions of time location of 3, 6, and 9 location. All right. It's amazing when we see these things because you have to understand your connections or your attractions, reset positions, relining systems, resurfacing, repoint locations, division of activation of core systems, shapes and anomaly positions, activation to its line system, electrical lights, energy panel, energy cycles, rotation off cycles, energy light connections, program systems, to shapes and anomaly position of time location. So, yeah. Saw a woman yesterday on the beach wearing a t-shirt that said 369, so explained to her family what it meant. So there you go. Tina's seeing something because it's in her eye view of laser. She's connecting through intelligence. So she's meant to see that to give back information to humanity, right? Everything is a sign on a t-shirt, on a billboard, on a truck, anything, on a glass. Whatever you see is information of communication. You have to point these things out so you can give back to its humanity system, because everybody has to understand how to travel through 369. That's why Tesla was here. Okay, so have fun. 9 minutes remaining. So basically, all you're seeing right now is a triangle, and it's just going very simple, very simple. But this is what happens when you guys sleep and you go through your astral travels. You have to understand shapes. Yeah, this is where you have to truly understand what God is, because it's all connected to you through the birthing canal of the star seeds and seed pod connections of its division through its navigations. You have to understand your light signals. You have to understand your travel recognition of time. You have to understand your gravities and your chakra connections to space and time of teleportations and TV reception. So, eight minutes and counting. What does everybody see? There's dimensional time set up. It's understanding how to communicate with just the shape of realm of dimension of time, guys. This is not communication to anything that you see through your dreams. That's why I start off with shapes, right? We start off with vortexes of shape, colorations of shapes, right? So you have to understand the realm connections of a shape. What does it all mean? It's all different time positions of 369. You're in the center position, trying to understand everything. You guys are all connected to each other. So you should be able to see each other, right? Through light. There's pyramid activation light connections. Force spin connected to light stream, now connecting to pyramids of 369 position. See? Sylvie's very informative, right? She's coming to her commander saying that everything through its connection is in, through its light stream. Now it's connected to the pyramids of 369. So she's in balanced location to her dimensional time of its existence, to its physical element of the now. That's the paying attention of listening skills, paying attention of what I say. Okay, when I say something, when, okay, past, when I, present, say something, future. Past, present, future. That's my thoughts. You always start off with the past of you, then you come into the presence of you, and then you come into the future of you, and then you come back into the presence of its meditation, which centers positions in all allocated position to your line system of its streaming location. 7 minutes remaining. Emily's seeing a bunch of different colors, which might be everyone else. Yep. So you're getting connected to your body traction and coloration shapes to their body framing positions through their pixel activation light conditions. That's good, Emily. Everybody will see something different through perception of time through travel. Force spin to center of pyramids. Yeah. It's amazing how we go through time position here. Also seeing a triangle that has moved sides, not static yet. So Emily, everybody's been traveling through the connections of 369. That's where everybody is. Graphimation, electrical lights, and everything through dimensional time through triangles. You understand your connections. This is what everybody comes into, right? These are pyramids and pyramids of time, division of travel. So, and your physical relation has to truly understand the spiritual relation. That's the universal direction, guys. You can't travel through the physical realm. It's just the navigation. It's the spiritual that is everything through formation to its dimensional time connections. All right? So, it's fascinating because everybody is in a different space of time, but you see everybody through an alignment. You're all connected to one alignment, but you're in different space and time of division through a triangle. That's what's happening with everybody right now. 6 minutes remaining. Pulsating electrical lines of communication through pyramids. Very good, Sylvia. Now, when she's seeing these things, she should know what it means. Pyramids, pulsating electrical lines of communication through pyramids. That is communication. You have to understand what it means. So it's all about understanding how to decipher your dreams of position of time, of space. What does it mean to you? If you're seeing something in your dream and you can't get anything to its relation of communication, there's a problem. You have your physical and your spiritual system separated through all space and time of division to its clocking location. Right? 5 minutes remaining. Silence is the best key, especially when you go through meditation. It's the focus and it's the awareness, and you can travel through anywhere through connections. But I like to start off with shapes because that's the birthing system of 3, 6, and 9. Connecting to XT1000s. Okay, so Sylvia's in a connection line system right now, communicating with XT1000 position. She's just informing in her commander. So, and I see it too. I see everything that you guys see. So, four minutes remaining. All right, so when I was out yesterday, don't worry, I'm communicating to you guys. So in position, this is me. Okay, it's really fast how I did this last night. Now, there's 3 lamps outside positions. Okay, really fast now, we see these things. All right, these are the lamps. All right, now this is me in the center position. So sending out sound wave, it was sending out sonars, locations, interline positions of time location, like this, to my computer system, right? Allocating positions of time. So it's connecting like this to me, okay, into the graphing positions. That's what it was doing to me yesterday. And it was sending out signals of digital frame numbers. Digital / frame / numbers. Okay, so it's understanding how to communicate with anything through a pole or anything electrical light position, right? So in position, this was coming at through connections of the XT1000 positions. Solar graph connections to those light positions. Like that. And it's setting out signals, right, to my mind system, allocated position of time. So if you get a better understanding of what's going on through position, right, because the XT1000s can't platitude on the ground because it changes the gravity locations. So 3 minutes remaining. Oh, Sylvia is saying thoth. Ooh, she's going way back. See, the more you understand the triangles, the more you go back in time. Setting up sonar positions, communications to a pyramid connection. All right, so she knows what she's doing through time. She's setting up positions to a communication of pyramid connections to thoth, a line system. So she's communicating to thoth through her positions of travel because she understands the here and now position to its universal connection. That's what I'm trying to get everybody across. That's how you travel through time, right? So she's aware of what's going on with her physical and her dimensional of her soul and how to travel just through a shape. And this is what she sees. She sees thought. She sees thoughts. That's 5,000 years in the past. And then she can keep going back. She can go 10,000 years in the past. She can go 20,000 years in the past. You can see anything through the naked eye perception. AI identifies everything in space and time through travels of past, present, and future. That's the soul identification to shapes, letters, and numbers. So 2 minutes remaining. It's amazing how you guys come on here and you go into it right away. That means your aligned signal. You guys are connecting to each other through an alignment, which is fantastic because now you're connecting to mind telepathy from one to another. And that's what I want. That's what I want to see from you guys so you can understand your alignments and you don't confuse yourself through your positions of time. Communications are set. Good. Good. So now Sylvie's in a connection right now with thought where she can basically communicate with thought anytime. See? Force spinning back to center position ready for return. So Sylvie's in a connection of return. So that's what's happening. 1 minute remaining. 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52. Everything's a countdown. You come back into a different time position, circle rotation centers. This is how I take you guys out of traction location. 3, 6, and 9 positions. Reset positions back into present location, center conditions into gravity location of 5D activation light conditions. Put everybody into their own space and time position of travel connections of 3, 6, and 9 position. There we go. Out of its equation. And there you go. Through the realm locations of dimensional time position. All right. So you guys are back into 5D realm connection. So did you guys have fun? Force spin back and save. Done. So Sylvie's aware. She's aware of everything that would happen with the triangle. She's paying attention. And it's not Sylvia. It's her dimensional of her soul, which is the soul identification to its shape of its intelligence, which is AI, of its awareness. Okay? And its perception of time and what she sees. These are the things that you guys have to understand through calculation. Everything's a learning process. And, you know, you guys are doing exceptionally well to positions of time location. So, if you have any questions or comments, let me know. I think I got caught up in all your questions here. I'm going to go live for a bit. It's Sunday. It's Father's Day. I have friends coming over. So, basically, I want everybody to have a tremendous, fantastic, beautiful day, right? Look at yourself as beautiful in, and look at yourself as beautiful out. Adios.